Hey, it's Rachel. I am back with another video. I know this favorites video is a little bit late. I had trouble coming up with what my favorites were this month. Just a lot of things have been going on in my life, which I shared in my hair video, and then a little bit in my last video about just choosing priorities and things like that. I had so many other things in my mind that it was hard to think, okay, what are the things that made my life easier? So it took a little bit longer, but I think I have a pretty good list that I am excited to share with you guys. But the first thing I want to share is actually my favorite moment of the month or favorite event of the month. On Saturday, I actually got to meet one of my friends on Twitter. She also watches my videos. Hey, Rachel. And we talk a lot on Twitter. In case you guys aren't on Twitter or don't follow me on Twitter, I'm Pain Free Kitchen, just like every social media. I'm on Twitter all the time. Tweet me with questions, etc., etc. I am definitely available. But Rachel is a student and she competed on Saturday in MPC, and I really wanted to go and meet her and support her, but also I wanted to go to another bodybuilding show and just see what it was like. So now on to some things that I have been loving. The very first one is this whisk. So this is actually from Ikea, and I went to Ikea months and months and months ago, and one of the guys who was working there when we were just kind of going through, the kitchen aisle or whatever, he's like, you girls should definitely buy this whisk. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was only a couple dollars. I will see if I can find a price and put it with like a link down below in the description box. But this has been great for the morning. If you kind of been following me, I haven't talked about it a ton, but I have been putting MCT oil in my coffee. I am planning on shooting a video. I know some of you have asked me, what the heck is MCT oil? I promise a video is coming. I just want to make sure that I have all my information straight before I put it out on the internet, because I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know a ton about the science, but I have been loving the MCT oil in my coffee, and you want to put it in like a blender, except that I get up at 4:30 to go to the gym and Jake does not. And this has been a lifesaver because I just put the oil in my coffee, blend it up really, it makes it all frothy, and it's actually pretty quiet and doesn't wake Jake up. So if you need some sort of electric frother thing, maybe for a little coconut milk or almond milk, go to Ikea, buy this, runs on batteries. It's pretty cool. My next favorite, which I'm not going to show because here, but I am going to insert a clip to show you, is my external hard drive. Now, let's see, when I started making videos back in January, I quickly realized that my poor little Mac computer, I have a MacBook Air, in case you guys are interested. That's how I do all my editing. It was just not going to have room to put footage of videos. And so I was going to have to do something to either create space on my computer or use an external. I read a bunch of reviews online. I use a website called The Wirecutter. I will put their website down below, but they do reviews on just about anything. And their recommendation for an external hard drive was this 4 terabyte hard drive, and I bought it on Amazon. Again, I will put the link down below, but I just hook that up to my computer and it acts as an external hard drive. And it's 4 terabytes. Terabytes, not megabytes, terabytes. So this thing is, I've barely scratched the surface on what this thing can hold. But I use that, I put all of my footage, my filming, everything on there, and it saves room on my computer. So the only footage that is on my computer is the movie that I am currently editing. And then when I save that film or that video, when I save the video, I save it again to the external hard drive. And it goes a lot faster. I never have that problem of like, oh no, your computer's running out of space, that kind of thing. And yeah, so I've been really loving that. It's been a lifesaver, and I highly recommend it for any of you guys who are interested in making videos and your computer just is running out of space, or if you just want to have a backup of pictures or music or anything that you keep. Highly recommend that external hard drive. So my next favorite is my heart rate monitor. I bought this, oh, by the way, this is the Polar FT7. It does come with like a strap and the little sensor, and you just hook the sensor on here and then put the strap. You guys know what a heart rate monitor is, but it is the Polar FT7. I bought this a long time ago, again, from Amazon, link down below. I buy everything from Amazon. I have Amazon Prime. It's legit. But that's not, Amazon Prime's not my favorite. This is my favorite. And the reason that I bought this a while ago was originally to track my calories burned. Now, I'm not convinced that the amount of calories burned on a heart rate monitor is actually true. It goes based off of your heart rate, except that the more fit you are, the lower your heart rate will be. And I don't know, it's an imperfect science, and so I no longer use that to track, oh, I burned 400 calories in this workout. Okay, sure. The reason that I've started using this was, one, my friend Lynette, who I've mentioned many times on YouTube, she started wearing hers during cardio, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that I bought this. And so I pulled it back out, and what I've been using it for is during my HIIT cardio. Now, HIIT is high intensity interval training. It basically means you go all out, maybe with sprints or on the elliptical or on the Stairmaster or whatever, but just like as fast as you possibly can, with your heart rate spiking as high as it can go for like 10-15 seconds, and then you drop back down for maybe 45 seconds to a minute and a half. It all depends on what you want to do, and it lowers your heart rate a little bit more. Now, I'm not going to go on about how HIIT cardio is actually really good for you and how it keeps, your calories burning throughout the day and all those stuff. You can look that up online. Most people know that. But what's nice about the heart rate monitor during HIIT cardio is the all-out sprint. It's hard to know if I'm actually going as hard as I possibly can. I like to think that I'm pushing myself, but I also know that I'm lazy. And sometimes when I think that, oh my gosh, I'm about to die, it's all mental. And the heart rate monitor is nice because it tracks your heart rate. And I can use a little calculator online and know that my max heart rate is like 200 or 190 beats per minute or something like that. So I know during my all-out sprint, I actually take a look at my heart rate and see, oh, okay, I'm at 183 or I'm at 190. I know I'm working it. I'm going as hard as I can. So heart rate monitor, if you guys don't already buy one, I really like the FT7. It's really not that expensive on Amazon as far as heart rate monitor goes. Mine does not have GPS. If you have the one that has the GPS, it is more expensive, but because I don't run outside, I only run on the treadmill. If I do run, then yeah, I was like, GPS, I don't need that. So anyway, this one, if you don't need GPS, is good. Yeah, link down below. So my next favorite will come as no surprise to any of you guys that watch my videos, but that is the podcast Champion Chat 360. I cannot tell you guys enough about how much I have enjoyed some of these episodes, but it is a podcast that I discovered within the last month. It is two women, they're both in their 30s. It is Danica Johnson, who you guys know Probably if you watch Kara Corey on YouTube, which a lot of you have told me you do, Kara Corey, her coach, the one that just coached her for the show she competed, that's Danica Johnson. And she does it with her friend who is Christy LeConte. They are both pro bikini competitors. They are both coaches. And they recently started this podcast, and it is just, it's so inspirational and motivational. Even if you're not a bikini competitor, if you are just trying to be healthy and lose weight, they really talk about the mental side of losing weight. I think that there are tons of really good science-based podcasts out there which will talk about what you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating, and how you should exercise, and what your split should be, and should you do cardio, and that's all on the internet. But I think what is so important when you are trying to be healthy and trying to lose weight is your mental state and your emotions, and how you deal with things like that. And that is what they cover. But of course, because they are bikini pros, they do talk about bikini competing, and so that's cool. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out already, I've mentioned it more than once here. I will put the link down below again. But I think my favorite episodes, which I would say start with, if you watch Kara Corey, definitely listen to her too. She did 2 podcasts with them where they interviewed her and just talked about her prep and what she learned and how she was coached by Danica. But also go to an episode, which, let me see if I'm gonna get the name exactly right. It's what made me fall in love with this podcast. It is called Real Talk for a First Time Competitor. There's part 1 and part 2. And they interviewed a woman named Abby, and it was Abby's very first time doing a bikini show. And yeah, she says all of these like real emotions and real struggles, and she's just very real. Now, there is cursing, so if you don't like cursing, just be prepared. They do not filter, but that is something, it's one of the reasons why I love it so much, is because it feels so real. And they also will talk about things like poop and your period and things like that, because it's good to talk about these things and not to feel squeamish or, yeah, embarrassed about it, because biology, it's natural. So go check that podcast out if you haven't already. And my last favorite, which might come as a surprise to most of you. So Jake and I do not have cable, but we do enjoy spending time together, eating dinner and watching some of our favorite shows. And one of the shows that we have watched for the last few seasons is a show called Ink Master. Yes, Ink Master is a reality TV show about tattoos. Now, I do not have any tattoos. I will probably never get any tattoos. And the same thing with Jake. He doesn't have any, probably will never get one. But both of us really enjoy seeing tattoos as like an art piece. I was an artist all through high school. I actually used to compete in charcoal. I know that was a while ago. I don't do that anymore. But I still like to think of myself as very artistic, and ink or tattoo is just, it's just a form of drawing or painting, but using a person as a canvas. And I think that tattoos also have like a very personal component to it. It doesn't always have to be, but normally there's always a really fun story behind why someone would choose to have a certain image permanently put on their body. And that's just really special. So we started watching Ink Master a few seasons ago, and because it's a reality TV show, you know, they always have to like play up how people are arguing with each other and, oh, this person forms an alliance and things like that. And I am not into that. In fact, sometimes Jake and I were like, all right, no, and fast forward through some of the fake fights. But what we do love is seeing the artwork that they produce. And this season, season 7, has actually had some of the best tattooing that I have seen on this show. But basically what happened was they had a group of brand new tattoo artists come onto the show to compete, and then they invited back some of the top tattoo artists from past seasons who just didn't go all the way and win first place. They invited them back. And so you have this group of incredibly talented artists who are trying very, very hard to win, and it's just producing some beautiful, beautiful pieces. So if you are interested at all in tattoos, or maybe, I don't know, think that that might be interesting, I definitely recommend start with season 7. Don't go back and watch the other ones, because it will really show you how beautiful and intricate and hard a good tattoo can be. And it's just a lot more complicated than most of the tattoos that you might see from the guy down the street. But anyway, that is it. Those are all my favorites. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I am recording more, I promise. It's just gotta find the time, gotta make the time, gotta prioritize. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my last video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Hey, it's Rachel. So, I have been trying to post a video every single day in April, and it's been tough. I definitely give props to all of the YouTubers that are daily vloggers and do it every single day, just because there is so much work that goes into making a YouTube video.